Hey, I got another one, guys. Here's a video of Mitch McConnell freezing up on camera yet once again showing why we should not have these people that gets this old in office. They're literally just a walking bag of flesh after this point, guys. Let's watch.
Another scary moment for Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the 81-year-old freezing up again at an event in Covington, this time in front of our cameras. Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Chris Jacobs. McConnell was in town to participate in a Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce forum. He was answering questions from reporters around 1 this afternoon. Now, several minutes into the questions, this happened.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
Okay.
Well, then McConnell's aides come to his side to check on him as he tries to take more questions. He mumbles for a bit when asked about Daniel Cameron, and when asked about former President Trump, he said he doesn't want to comment. After that, his staff escorts him outside. A short time later, his staff said Senator McConnell...
He doesn't want to comment because he can't comment. The man's literally having a damn mental breakdown because of his age. He may have been cognitively there, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. But guys, as you get older, you can't be running and you can't be being in these positions and expect to be in top peak performance, guys. This is just one example of why these people can't be having career politicians, senators being in the seats for their whole lives. Because they get to this point, then who's making decisions really?
McConnell felt lightheaded and had to stop speaking. Now, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's latest public episode is raising questions about his health. WLWT News 5's Rachel Hersheimer joins us with how some doctors are evaluating this whole situation, Rachel.
They are. This is a really scary situation. Senator McConnell was delivering remarks in Covington at the Northern...
There's nothing to evaluate. The man is clearly on deathbed. The man, he looks 100 years old. Come on now.
Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. When that episode happened, doctors we spoke with have not treated the 81-year-old Senate Minority Leader, but say what they saw is concerning. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell is back in the spotlight.
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
The Senate Minority Leader struggling to answer questions from reporters in Covington this afternoon.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
Wow.
No, I think what's concerning about this is that in a short period of time, he's had multiple episodes.
Last month, McConnell paused in a similar scenario at the U.S. Capitol in Washington.
okay, Mitch.
For neurosurgeon Dr. John Bookvar, this is a cause for concern.
I think as Americans, we care very deeply for our leadership, regardless of political inclination. And I think it's time for him to get a serious medical workup.
Dr. Bill P.
It's time for him to retire. You can't be that old and expect to be, like I said, in top peak performance, making the best. You think he's making the best decision at that age, guys? He couldn't even remember what they're talking about. Probably don't know where he's at. Might fall over a time or two. I mean, look at President Biden. He's fallen over on stage and kind of walked around all confused and rambles on all the time. Another example.
Petrie, a physician with the University of Virginia Medical Center, agrees.
If something like this happened to someone to you or to someone you know or love, that this is a reason to get checked out. And I'm sure that Senator McConnell is getting the very best in medical care.
McConnell's office responded to the episode, saying he was lightheaded when he was taking questions and was feeling fine afterwards.
His brain and his body is telling him and us something, and I would just...
telling us he's old, damn it. Just say it.
Just encourage him to get a full, medical workup, including cardiac and neurological, ASAP.
McConnell's team also said he will be consulting a physician before the next event that he's scheduled to attend. Doctors we spoke with say you should get checked out if this happens to you. Rachel Hersheimer, WLWT News 5.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. And more reactions pouring in, including from President Biden. Here's what he shared with reporters.
Mitch is a friend, as you know, not a joke.
Oh, come on. This guy has no premise to be talking about someone else freezing up behind a camera. He's just as bad in his old age.
We have disagreements politically, but he's a good friend, and so I'm going to try to get in touch with him later this afternoon.
McConnell's last public incident like this also drew comments of support from fellow lawmakers.
It's definitely sad seeing people get up there in their old age, but it is to be expected, guys. We all know we get old. We get cognitively not there. It just happens to the best of us. We can't escape it. It's just normal. But at some point, we got to have reasonable ideas as to when these people should and shouldn't be in office to be making the best decisions for us, in my opinion. That's just one sign of that you should not be in the position you are in. You think for a minute they're making good decisions for us? Hell no. I think Joe Biden is the only president that has fallen this much behind the camera, or have had this many gaps behind the camera. He has them continuously, and it shows because of his old age. And let's not forget the brain surgeries, guys. Here's a clip.
Having anyway, they had to take the top of my head off a couple times, see if I had a brain. But all kidding aside, what happened was it was a snowstorm and I had a cranial aneurysm and I had to be operated on immediately. And the doc who was going to do it was the best doc there was around, who was down at Walter Reed because he had operated on so many folks. And I couldn't get down. The Republican president offered me the Marine One to get down, but it couldn't fly because of the weather. So my fire company got me down in the middle of a snowstorm for a 9-hour operation. Saved my life. It saved the life of my sons and my two sons when my wife and daughter were killed right after I got elected. Tractor trailer broadside and killed my wife, killed my daughter.
9-hour operation with the top of his head off. That's insane. That's crazy. Anyway, guys, the rest of the video is just him rambling on about his kids dying, a car accident, yada, 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 like he usually does. But the point I'm getting at is term limits. There should be set in stone age when these people have to step down because they're too old. We can't be having career politicians or presidents up there rambling and falling. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my content. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.